Hi Cancer, welcome to your November 2019 love reading. Thank you so much for tuning into Soul Embers. My name is Andrea and today I'll be drawing on the strongest message that Spirit has to deliver through me to those of you in most need of guidance, support and clarity in your love life. Messages can be rather specific and they will not resonate with all of you. So if the message isn't resonating with you, please don't force it to fit. There is information in the description box below as to how you can go about finding a reading that better resonates with you. There's also information on, how I go about doing my readings, how energies play out in a reading, what we mean when we say time is fluid, as well as a disclaimer, which has important information about the content of the channel. So please go ahead and have a read. Now, if the message does resonate with you, then that's awesome. I'm really happy to hear that. There will be an extended reading to this reading. The information and instructions on how you can go about making payment and receiving your extended reading is in the description box below. Feel free to check that out. Other than that, I think I'm just about ready to jump into your reading. So, what is going on in your love life, Cancer? Oof. I have the feeling that there is a little bit of anxiety. I'm feeling a little bit unsettled, Oh, by the way, guys, I don't read reversals and I won't pick up more than 2 cards if they fall out at a time, okay? So, yeah, I'm sensing that there's a little bit of anxiety. In the past, you may have cut someone out or you may have had a very direct conversation which they had to really hold back on, or they had to be really control how they came through to you, is what I'm getting. So yeah, so there may have been a conversation that took place and words were said which were quite direct. I'm not saying that you weren't fair. I'm not saying that you weren't you were coming from a negative place or a malicious place. What I'm saying is the delivery was very, very to the point. And the person you were delivering it to, or your love interest, or whoever you're here for, definitely had to hold back, control themselves from, reacting is what I'm getting. So now you're in a space where, you've been through a fair bit. You've been through quite a few trials and tribulations, and this is pretty much what's led you to be in a position where you try and detach yourself emotionally and try and think through things logically, and your delivery to some degree seems to lack emotion and be more focused on, getting the results that you want based on, the logic behind it. I'm not saying that you don't have emotion. That's not what I'm feeling at all. What I'm saying is that when we've been through a whole lot of freaking shit, we kind of put our emotions aside and we want to make sure that we can protect ourselves, okay? And that we don't get caught up in the same cycles over and over freaking again, okay? And so what you do is, or what I've done, I've experienced this and I've very much come from the same type of space, is we would rather be able to work through something with clarity and analytically than be all up in our head and be all up in our emotions. And this is the space that you're currently coming from. And, it's because of everything that you have been through and all the trials that you've been through and the pain that has come through each and every challenging relationship that you have experienced. And the reason why I'm saying it's a relationship is because this is a love reading, okay? So each and every relationship that you've been burnt by is what I'm feeling. So here you are now, you're bruised and you're battered emotionally, you've had enough, you want to just take a break for a moment from the emotional side so that you can start to heal whatever it is that's caused you this conflict within, On the other hand, though, the person that you're here for, that's in question, let's say, as mentioned, they really had to hold back from coming forward with some sort of truth to be spoken. They feel like if they come at you, you are ready to fight them. There's this energy coming from you of you either come in correct or you don't freaking come in at all. And they do want to come in correct. They're just being very cautious about how they're going to go about delivering it because they don't want to set you off. So this is the energy I'm feeling. I'm not feeling that they have yet. I may speak too soon, but I'm actually not feeling that they're coming from any kind of, malicious space or that they're being deceitful. What I'm getting is that they just need to be careful on how they're going to deliver it. And they have had some clarity on some confusion that they previously had. I feel that you hold back emotion a lot and that they are left with a lot of questions and they create a lot of illusions and a lot of stories in their head as to what's going on. So in reality, what's actually happening is very different to what they've actually created in their own headspace. And they feel that they're very much in the dark. I'm getting a message. I'm getting a very, very loud message at the moment, and that is, don't underestimate this person. They are extremely strong and they're extremely honest. This is what I'm getting. And their loyalty, honesty, courage is what sets them apart. I'm also getting that they are patient and they will sit back and observe and analyze which is the best course of action to take, which is exactly what you need right now. You don't need someone that's going to be all up in their emotions because you will absolutely annihilate them emotionally. This is what I'm feeling, guys. I can so relate to your energy, by the way, let me just say. Anyhow, so here you are. You've come from a space of, I've learnt from my lessons. I'm cutting all the bullshit out. I'm dealing with shit analytically moving forward. And they've come from a space where this person is very direct with their delivery. They don't seem to mind it, but they have to be very patient and they have to hold back. They've had to hold back on, how they go about delivering what they're feeling and communicating with you and basically working with you, full stop. We're talking about a sense of, there needs to be a compromise. They've had some clarity now on how they can go about creating this compromise. You're still extremely guarded. I don't know if you're yet in a space where you're ready to compromise, but it seems like they're going to take the lead. Now, the biggest challenge that you're facing at the moment is beginning this new cycle. You have realized that you and this person have reached a point in your relationship, whether you're together or your situationship or whatever you want to call it. So you've reached this point in your relationship where it needs to move forward, okay? You've been dating for a while and it's time to move it along. It seems like this person definitely wants to take it to the next level. And you don't know if you are ready, if you have the energy that you need to go into something new. You want to start something new, but you are burnt out. Do you even have what it takes? You're questioning yourself. Do I even have what it takes to make this work? And hasn't worked before. Do I have what it takes now? So this is the question that you seem to be asking yourself. In the meantime, your person's question is, I need clarity. I know I want to approach this person and offer them some sort of stability, offer them a growth within the relationship, let's say. And it's coming from a very true and honest place. I know I want this. I'm clear on that. but I have a lot of questions. I feel really left in the dark. It's causing them to, you know, hold back from you. I'm not saying they're keeping secrets, but they're not saying exactly what they're feeling. And so the biggest challenge that they have is, how are they going to approach you? So let's see. I'm going to pull out a few cards, guys, just to see, you know, what is it that you're actually here for? You know, what's the mutual energy here? What is the question? I see. I'm getting you just don't know whether you're in a position. You definitely don't want to lose. Yeah, you don't want to lose and miss out on an opportunity. But you know, in one form or another, you're going to win some and you're going to lose some. It's one of those things where you're going to have to let some shit go, and you're going to have to just accept some of the losses so that you can move forward, to avoid stagnation, basically. And that has nothing to do with this person. This has got to do with you overall when I talk about stagnation. Yeah. So what's the mutual energy? I'm just going to pull out a few cards on mutual energy. So yeah, it seems like you're trying to protect yourself. You don't want to feel this pain again. You don't want to feel defeated the way you have in the past. But you know that in order for you to move forward and heal and fulfill your dreams, you have to move into a new cycle, and you've got to let some stuff go. And I'm sensing that this is the confusion that brings you here today, you know, whereas your person is ready to transform this relationship. You know, they're sick of being, they're basically being sitting back, analyzing, trying to think of ways that they can approach you so that they can have this conversation of taking it to the next level. And they've decided that what they've done so far isn't working. You know, they've caused themselves to be holding back, to be really stuck in their emotions, and to be really in their feelings. This is what I'm getting. This may not be the way that they approach you, though. You know, I know I've said, and I sense this, and I said it at the beginning. What you see and what you're getting are two different things. He or she is not exposing that side of them because they're afraid you're going to cut them out. So they've decided to put an ending to this and come to you with the honesty that you need, that they need to either move forward with you or move away. They're ready to, you know, take that leap and let the chips fall as they may, so to say. Okay, so mutually, you know, your relationship is based on honesty, and it's the only way this is going to work. This stability and taking the next step on this cycle is going to transform. When you guys have a true and honest conversation and you don't hide anything. So if there are any secrets, and I'm not saying secrets that are detrimental to either of you, I'm saying things about ourselves that we know that we're holding back on because of fear of being judged or a fear of having to hear it out loud and then potentially having to deal with it. You understand, though, that it's almost like the ropes are tightening, you know, the road's closing in. This is where it's all leading. And if this is going to work, you can sense this person is coming in for this conversation. And if you want to move forward, you're going to have to heal some of these aspects by being truly honest to them. Anyway, guys, if this reading does resonate with you, feel free to hop on over to the extended reading. If not, then I hope you find something that does resonate with you somewhere else in one of the other readings, I suppose. And I will see you for the December love reading for the festive season. Anyhow, guys, see you later.